Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Eric.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. A little while back, maybe a couple months ago, somebody went to our iTunes podcast page and left a review that said that we lost the heat.
Oof. I remember that.
I guess we had the heat.
And then, well, he said that we once had the heat, now we have lost it. Yeah.
So lately, more and more people have said that we've been bodying it, saying that our guest list is impeccable.
And the conversations within are good.
We've been on a little bit of a streak.
Yeah.
So I ask you, Jeff.
Why did I write the review?
Today,
Oh.
November 18th, 2019, which side of the coin do we fall on?
Do we still have the heat?
Or do we not have the heat?
Okay. You sort of have to weigh these things.
Yeah.
And I do come in with some sort of bias.
A little bit.
Because I never thought we had the heat.
Yeah, all right.
So
today,
we had, who did we have last week?
Drika Gates.
Okay. And then who did we have, like?
West Side Gun. And
then
Kevin Gates.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeezy, Rick Ross.
Okay, but name some episodes that people might have listened to. Maybe just one or two that people might have liked.
Here's one of the reasons I ask. I put up an Instagram picture of us with Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox from today.
Our guest today.
Yeah.
I put that up a couple days ago, and people went crazy for it.
Crazy.
And
people were in the streets.
I do
yelling,
have to
knocking over trash cans.
Bring up the fact that we did have her on the podcast last September 2018.
But we didn't have the heat back then.
Did we or do we not?
Oh, wait, I don't remember when we lost the heat. I honestly don't know when we lost it.
Did we ever have it?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm really confused at this point.
We went from no heat to less heat.
Did having is it a product of Ari's doing better?
Yes, because obviously timing matters to a lot of things. We were very early on Ari.
Yes.
We had her before she put her album out.
Correct.
By like 6 months.
Yeah.
We were very early to Lizzo.
Yeah.
We had her on about, I don't know, a year before she really caught fire.
Yeah.
We were really early on a bunch of different people.
Yes. Uzi, Cardi, Tierra Whack, Guap Dad, etc.
We were not early on Rick Ross.
No. You know what? That's true.
And so, it's a big deal when you have somebody of Rick Ross's stature.
Yeah.
In a different way than it's a big deal to have a really great interview with Ari Lennox. But the fact is that Ari Lennox was not then who she is today.
Okay. Now that we've considered that. And let me just fast forward a second and tell you that today's conversation is really fun.
Okay.
It's not your traditional, where are you from and how did we get here?
No, because we already did that.
I know.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Yeah.
So given that this was recorded, 12:30 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was, she had a little champagne sitting next to her.
It was Chardonnay.
We were...
it didn't have bubbles.
We were all, having a lot of fun. We were singing different jingles.
We sure did.
Oh, you know which one we forgot?
Well, we forgot a bunch.
Yeah, but she referenced it and we just didn't do it. We moved on. 800-588-2300 Empire Today.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
apologies
God.
to anybody who wanted to hear that in the podcast.
But you got to hear it just now.
This is true.
This is why people say we have the heat. We have the fire warden beating down our door. It's so much heat.
This is heat.
Hello? Oh, sorry. It's just the heat checking in.
That was the heat check?
Yeah, the heat
What'd
checked
they say?
in. They said that they'll call back in 5 minutes.
Ari Lennox is on the podcast today. We went down to Atlanta. Shout out to our friends over at Red Bull. They had the Red Bull Music Festival down in Atlanta.
And they have one currently in Chicago for the next 2 weeks.
This is true. We saw a bunch of dope performances, not only Ari Lennox, Tiana Taylor, Denzel Curry, Joey Badass, Gunnar Stahl. There was a dope round table with a bunch of trap producers. Mike Will Made It, Zaytoven, DJ Toomp, Shody Red.
Yeah.
It was just a great time down in Atlanta.
I mean, and also shouts to Red Bull for paying for all of our dinners.
That was very nice.
And our hotels and our flights. Yeah.
Oh, and the Chardonnay.
And the Chardonnay.
Jeff, when do you want to get into this?
Right after I tell people that you can always go and subscribe on any streaming platform, including the one you're listening to right now. Our YouTube page is steady updating every single week now.
YouTube.com/ItsTheReal.
It wasn't updating for a long time. Now it is. Also follow us on Twitter at ItsTheReal, Instagram at ItsTheReal. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and leave us a comment on iTunes.
Let us know if we've got the heat.
Or not.
Jeff, when do you want to get into this?
Right now.
Yo, what up, it's Eric, a.k.a. Busted Slugs, a.k.a. Sodium Chloride.
Yo, what up, it's Chef, a.k.a. 4040 Club, a.k.a. glasses so big you can see him from the front.
I like it. I'm Ari Lennox. See you guys again.
Yes, your third favorite podcast to waste time with It's The Real. Ari, what's happening?
Nothing. I'm just chilling.
Chilling in our hotel room in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, it's a very intimate spot with about
Beautiful.
15 dudes.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Yo,
it.
thank you so much
And
for flying
Kiana.
down here.
Kiana's a woman.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
flying down here
No
for
problem.
us.
Of course. I love you guys.
We love you too. And first of all, congratulations on an amazing show tonight.
Thank
I told you just
you.
before, you bodied that.
Damn.
Like,
And you
I'm-
meant it.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
Yeah, you weren't lying.
No, I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Also,
Thanks.
I feel like you were not lying when you said to that crowd, "You guys might be the best one I've ever had."
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
They were
The energy
fantastic.
yeah.
Because
the
I
energy was
thought that might have been
insane.
just like a bit.
No.
No, I'm not trying to like fuck up your relationship with
after
Atlanta.
the third song. After the third song, you make sure you like play to the crowd, like you guys, Atlanta, are the best
Yes.
crowd I've ever had in my
No,
life.
it's. I promise you,
They were
it's
great.
Real.
They were
Like,
fantastic.
no gas, no cap.
Yeah.
They literally, the energy was crazy. Like, and
So-
I've been doing a lot of shows. Atlanta is unmatched right now.
You wear inner ears. Oh, you
no.
don't.
No.
So you hear everything that they
hate
say.
It.
Really?
I hate it because it's like I don't know. It's just something in my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you ever
the
put
thing
something
in
in
your
your ear when you were little and you felt that terrible pain, and then you decided never to do that again? Does that ever happen to y'all?
This is
No.
not relatable at all, but
You
I fuck with
never
it.
put
Yeah.
something in your ear and then died a little? Well, I did, and it was the most painful shit ever. And that's how I feel about in-ears. That even though it's not that deep, but
Yeah.
I feel like it will just stab me.
You mean literally not that deep.
Yeah.
Not like the saying, like, it's not that deep.
But I do feel like it.
Yeah.
What was your best show before this one?
The best show before this one? Like the energy wise?
Yeah. Best crowd?
I might get in trouble, but I would say Southern University.
Wow.
I went there and they were crazy. Like, I was like, damn, y'all love me. I love y'all too. And then I would say Grambling. Grambling was just phenomenal too.
So all the HBCUs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about Dreamville Fest?
Oh my God.
Big
Energy
show.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was so nice because I just felt loved. Like people genuinely cared. Like
Yeah.
they knew my music.
I think that's pretty universal at this point,
Yeah,
right?
well,
People come when you go through your sets, like tonight. This is the first time we've seen you perform since your album came out, right?
Jeez.
So we know the album and we know like the sequencing and we know how it goes and we know one song stops and we know what the next song is. But you're there and you're doing things out of order.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, how does that feel
Is
to
that-
you?
Do people usually do things in order?
No, they don't. But I was
was
just, it struck me tonight. I was just like, man, like this, and it felt good.
Oh wow.
But how does it feel to you? Because you took a lot of time to make sure that album was right. This is your first major label
Yep.
debut,
Blessing.
big time album, and like you take the time to be like, all right, this is how I want to start it,
Yep.
and all the way to the end, this is how I want to finish it. But now you're taking things and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna put new apartment up here, and I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
put like whipped cream over here, and it's not.
Well, I would like to say I had a lot to do with that, but really my friends, they kind of like helped organize that. Like CJ, my drummer, is really involved. I would say, who else, y'all? Chris Patterson, I believe, helped me. Justin Lamont, Ebe helped. I know there was somebody else. I mean, I definitely am not involved in like the order, but I knew I wanted to start with Chicago Boy, and I also knew that I wanted a little bit of my old EP in there. So
Is it all right to tell people how you end the show?
yeah,
Okay.
sure, everyone can know because I'm gonna start changing things.
Oh, you
soon.
will? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tired of doing. basically do the damn near same set every
Yeah.
damn time. Well, not really. I switch it up at like maybe 2 other ways, but yeah, BMO.
I just love the way that you got people thinking that you were gonna bounce.
Oh.
And everyone stood up, which was smart too, because they're like, all right, well, if she's
stand
leaving,
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave. And you said, I'm Ari Lennox. I appreciate you, and good night, and see you
Put
later.
on the
and
coat.
yeah, and you
Put
made
on
this
the
big
coat.
show of it, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're like, nah, fuck it, I got one more.
Yeah.
And you're there, and you bodied it.
Thank
It was just so
you.
great. So
Thank
congratulations on that, but also this album that you did,
Thank you.
because we haven't seen you since
I know.
the night that you played your album for a whole bunch of people in New York City. And, you know, the people like Scotty Beam told us, you know, beforehand what it was going to be. But I don't think that it really hits until you really listen to it. Not in headphones, you know, not in inner ears. And like, you know, and it really, you know, we talked about this with Felton off mic and when we had him on the podcast. And like, what can we do to help make sure that your shit gets Grammy nominated?
Damn, you're so nice. I don't know.
It's just that we're Jews and we run the industry.
You know,
Oh,
you
for
know,
real?
yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
So this
I
is our like
this.
official offer. We came
Yeah.
down here
What
for
can y'all
this.
do?
What can we do?
I think.
Who can we talk to?
I think you have to.
I think we have an
You have
Illuminati
to
meeting on the
kiss
15th.
them.
Is that right? Yeah.
I
So-
think you have to kiss the members.
To kiss the
Seriously,
members?
Kiss the members and maybe take them out to eat somewhere. Buy them some puppies.
Have you started like the politicking process, or is that like a thing that
I'd be out of it when it comes to like stuff like that. But like, I know naturally things have happened. Like we've done some events, we've sang for some amazing people. So I guess, you know, we'll see.
Do you
what
find
happens.
out their Instagram accounts and say follow for follow? None of that like shit in there?
No,
Do you
I don't be
DM them all and just
following.
be like,
Should I do that?
yo, fuck with the right side over here?
No, I don't do that.
Yo, by the way, I found out recently, like, I guess Instagram is the way to sort of like curve somebody. You know, it's just like, yo, let me get your math. It's like, I'll give you my Instagram.
Right,
like, you do that?
Right. No.
No.
I don't know. Damn, I don't think it's been a long time. Usually I feel just forced to give people my number. Like, just take it, and then I unfortunately just don't respond. but they have my number.
Yeah. By the way, for all those people out there, Ari hasn't changed her number. Another thing that you told on stage, which we got such a kick out of because we know you, is that you were like, I love it down here in Atlanta. Like, you're like, maybe I'll move down here.
Yes, I do. I was just here before I moved to LA, but LA's, it's beautiful, but it's so expensive that I'm just like, I cannot do this. But I probably will, you know, because I just want to work and be productive and stuff.
What's the best thing
I know,
about?
I'm crazy.
Well, only because every single time we talk to
I
you, you're just like, oh,
know.
I'm gonna move to New
New
York.
York.
Then you move to New York, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna move to DC, and then you
I
move to DC.
know.
You
and
did
then
a
move
show
to
in
Atlanta.
Africa, and you were just like, fuck it. I'm living down here now.
I'm living in Lagos. Yes, I want to.
That was great.
It's just, I just don't have the balls to actually do that.
Do you
I
tell?
don't think so.
You think I have balls?
Yeah, you got on the bus and went across the country, and
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah.
Greyhound bus, you do have
Did
you
do
got
that.
guts.
I sure did do that.
Do you tell like relatives? You're just like, so I have a forwarding address now.
No, I don't.
You don't tell any of them.
No.
what are you looking for in a new host city for yourself?
In a new host city.
Where?
Oh,
wherever
like
you're
the
gonna-
Olympics?
Yeah,
Wait, what do you mean?
in a place where you would live in the future. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for beautiful water. Honestly, I see the Virgin Islands. I'm looking for chocolate people. I'm looking for just beautiful music. Just as soon as I open my window, looking for just green, lots of green trees and foliage and vegetation. And
Foliage?
I think so. Is that the right?
Foliage, but I
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
foliage.
But I fuck with the confidence.
It works though. It's the same thing. Why not? Why not though?
Foliage is like, you know,
You got to keep looking for that foliage. you
yeah,
know?
that's
Oh,
like
for
saran
real?
wrap or something.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
Reynolds
for
wrap.
real?
Yeah.
But I was close.
You're so close. We celebrate near misses over
Oh,
here. Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Heartbreak.
So wait, so LA is not the move permanently.
I don't think so. I can't imagine spending millions on a house that is probably not cute. You know, I would rather spend $1 million here or I don't know, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, maybe an hour outside of DC or something, and just build like a nice little castle.
Do you look
That
at
doesn't
it
look-
as like just trials? You're just like, I'll be there for like a little bit and I'll see what it's like?
You know.
Or do you ever go into it just like diving in the deep end?
I usually have to force myself. Well, with LA, I had to force myself because I mean, I just know productivity is like really popping there. But yeah, there are places I would love to move to, but I just would feel so alone. I'm too scared to make that choice or that decision. So Colorado is cool, but I'm scared that like maybe I'd be alone. At first I thought maybe it's not brown enough, but it is. Like my show there was pretty brown. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I like New Orleans, but I don't know. I'm just scared that I'd be alone, like super alone.
You have a lot of friends on Instagram, and you have a lot of people who tune into your lives, right?
Oh yeah,
Which are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And love
Yeah.
them. I think Jeff
You know
has
we do.
Jeff
Every
has
single time.
never
Yeah.
missed one. Yeah.
Come to Brazil.
Yeah.
Why do y'all do that to me? What the fuck?
You get so mad every single time. Just like come to Brazil, and you're like, you don't even live in Brazil.
You don't live there.
Just come there.
So why? So you want me to come there by myself?
Yes.
But do you ever like look at that? Like obviously it's a performance, right? But do you ever look at it as like you're amongst friends?
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're deeper than friends. It's family. Like I tell my soul to them and they tell their souls to me, and I feel like it's my therapy. Like, you know, whatever I'm going through for that moment in time, even though there's still some anxiety there, for that moment in time I feel free and really happy, especially to make someone else happy and make someone else laugh. Because I'm not that high energy all the time. Usually I'm like mellow, kind of emo. But I don't know, something about live, it just brings out like the insanity and madness.
Yeah.
Do you like when it gets recorded and like cross-posted somewhere else?
Hell no, I feel betrayed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, there are things, it's just like, no, let's keep it in here. Because there's some shady shit I said about celebrities that it's just like, no, I don't want them to know I said it. But that's why I gotta stop.
Can I tell you the best thing you've ever done on live?
Oh my God, what?
Do you know the theme song to Mattress Discounters?
Mattress discounters, lay on it. Lay on it. Sleep on it. Freak on it. Have a good night's sleep on us. Have a good night's sleep on us. Mattress discounters. How do you know that?
But what-
I've been in every
Coast.
single one. But definitely East Coast.
But
Yeah.
what brought that on?
I don't know. You know, it used to terrify me when I was little. That jingle
That
used
one?
to terrify me. Yes. It would come on and I'd be like, oh, I would just cover my ears like so crazy. And I'd be like, Mom, please turn it off. And then my brother, he would just laugh at me like he loved it that I was so scared. But it used to scare me. But now I love it.
Because you just fuck with like really like top of the line mattresses.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Full price.
I guess it was just I appreciate the jingle, the melody. It's very pretty.
Like you're trying to get like sponsored by them.
No, I'm not. But when I was little, it scared me.
What are your other favorite jingles?
Damn.
Celino and Barnes. Remember that one?
The lawyers?
Yeah, the lawyers.
I don't know that.
Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
I don't remember that one.
By the way, they broke
There's a
up.
carpet one. Oh no.
Yeah.
The carpet
That's
one. Oh,
sad.
I know that one.
Yeah, the floors.
Yeah.
Something.
You wouldn't know this one. In the town we grew up in, there was a local one for Harrison chemists.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
It was
but
like
I
H-
just thought of something.
H.
Wait, what did you think about?
Yeah.
I don't want to sing that.
Okay, all right, fine.
Hormone meals. Hormone meals. Backpacks, pencils. Like, it's just a nice little jingle that promotes back to school.
By the way, if you came back on stage, you're like, I got one more.
Hormone meals. Yeah.
We ran into Elliot Wilson recently. He was doing like a live crown thing. And I was like, and we hadn't seen him in a bit. And I was like, by the way, the best thing you've ever done was the car test with Ari down in DC.
You are sweet.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I thought it was the best thing because you were supposed to drive and then you ended up not driving. And you guys didn't change the size of the car, and you had like your bodyguard, who's like a refrigerator with a head, like sitting in the front seat.
Not a refrigerator with a head.
Elliot's like in the back, like stretched out, like really, like really. That was you?
Yes, right there.
You're a tall man.
Oh, so what you gonna do now?
That was amazing.
What you gonna do?
That was so great.
What's going?
By the way, that was the greatest thing you've ever done.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That was so great.
Beautiful guy.
That was so great.
Driver and great soul.
No, Elliot was squeezed in the back.
Yeah.
Because Elliot doesn't have a driver's license, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
What?
No.
How can he have this? How can he have that?
He
thing
always
if
rides. He always rides shotgun or in the back.
Wow, I did not peep that.
Yeah.
Because he grew up in New York, and New Yorkers usually don't have a driver's license. Yeah.
Right. Oh.
By the way, Justin loved that so much that he is literally rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh, Justin. Yeah.
So we haven't seen you since the album came out, and I want to feel like your life has changed for the positive ever since.
Sometimes.
What's the biggest change that's come to your life? Because not that you put out music that's like any different, like that's always your voice and your soul and everything that you put out there, but it's on another level. So what does that bring to your life?
It's definitely brought blessings. It's brought me closer and closer to, I guess, where I want to be, because I don't know, one day I want to be as legendary as Amy Winehouse or Lauryn Hill. So like I feel like I'm on my way if I just stay focused, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What's given you?
Brought me a lot of blessings and a lot of love, and I feel like a community of people who, I don't know, can relate, and they're just women who just embrace their naturalness and just their weirdness and their just blackness or their soulfulness. So
what gives you the strength to, walk on that stage the way you walk on that stage?
Yeah, I feel like you've got like crazy confidence now walking onto the stage. Yeah.
I think it's the people. If they don't want me, I don't have that much confidence. So it's just all about like knowing, okay, these people care about me, so I'm just gonna bust it wide open for them. But
do you walk in with the same energy to like the grocery store?
No, I'm hunched over like I am now. I'm not very looking at anybody. Just fruit and the food bar at Whole Foods.
Chips, very dope. Yeah.
But do you practice the way that you throw your microphone to the audience, like for them to sing? Do you practice the way that you turn any of that? That's just
no.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like, okay, I never really show people my butt or like my back, so let me just turn around today so people can see the back, so things like that I'm a little conscious about. And also, I don't know, I just want to include people when I'm performing, like it's it's a team thing. I need help.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I really need help, like I can get tired, so it's like, come on y'all, sing this part for me. There you go. So,
what's your favorite YouTube clip of another performance?
Oh, probably Fantasia and Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx was singing at some fancy event. It was probably some Grammy thing, pre-party or something like that. And he just started singing. He was like, Fantasia, sing it, girl. And she was like, wah! And she killed it. And he was just singing some sexy shit to her. And I was just hoping they would get married and have babies. They didn't. But it was just, the chemistry was beautiful. And they were singing. And they were just so beautiful and chocolate and sexy. And I just wanted them to have sex right there. But they didn't.
Jeff, what's your favorite YouTube performance?
Chocolate Rain.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate Rain.
Yeah.
Why is that your favorite? What is wrong with you?
Because Tay Zonde is a legend. Eric, what's yours?
Mine is Shaq, Kobe, Tell Me How My Ass Tastes.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
Does everyone remember that?
I don't know that.
So Shaq and Kobe used to be teammates.
The chemistry was crazy.
The chemistry until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then Kobe put out some information about maybe Shaq wasn't faithful. And so
That's right.
Shaq, you know, is the godfather to
Corey Guns.
And Corey Guns
Right.
had some sort of show in, I think, New York, and Shaq was there and started freestyling, and he just started going in on Kobe. And
Like, tell me how that ass tastes.
tell me how my ass tastes.
So Kobe was eating Shaq's ass.
Listen,
Well,
in the
I mean,
in the
it's,
in the
so
world that he
sweet.
created.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You've never heard this song or seen this video?
No.
Oh, I
We
can
should
tell
drop
you
it in right now.
what we are. Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, check it. Check it. You know how I be. Last week, Kobe couldn't do without me. You know how I be. Last week, Kobe couldn't do without me. I call myself big, but I'm not as good as Biggie. I call myself big because I live next to Diddy. Excuse me, Diddy lived next to me. So in the hood, dog, I feel like B.I.G. Because if Biggie was still here, he would be right there on Star Island in the mansion somewhere chilling, sitting on about $500 million. Because me and Guns combined shit, that's $500 million. For real, dog. Now that's B.I.G. Ain't nobody in the world do it bigger than me. That's like a white boy trying to be more nigga than me. That's like a homeless cat having more figures than me. That's like Patrick Ewing having more rings than me. That's like rappers having car strip things than me. That's like you saying to yourself you're better than me. That's like Kareem saying to himself he's better than me. Now stop, think about that. It ain't about that. It's about B.I.G. aka Big Shaq. Now that's the difference between first and last place. Kobe, nigga, tell me how my ass tastes. Okay, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. Okay, everybody. Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. I'm a horse. Kobe ratted me out. That's why I'm getting divorced. He said Shaq gave a bitch a meal. I don't do that because my name's Shaquille. I love him. I don't leave him. I got a vasectomy. Now I can't breed him. Kobe, how my ass tastes. Everybody. Kobe, how my ass tastes. Yeah, you couldn't do it without me. Kobe, you couldn't do it without me. Kobe, you can't do it without me. Everybody, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. Yeah, you can't do it without me. Yeah, you can't do it without me. Yeah, you can't do it without me. Everybody, Kobe. Yeah. Thank you.
So you put the album out. The reception goes crazy. Did you take it all in, or did you like hunker down in your apartment and like wake up the next week and then check in?
You know, I was so over it before, like, because I had been sitting on this music for years. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I don't even know if it's good anymore, because I had been listening to it over and over and over. Like, I'd get in the tub, I'd listen to it, like, you know, I'd relax. And
Did you get demoitis?
I did. Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
There were things I did not want to change, but
What was
you
the
know.
last change you did make to the album?
Oh, Shea Butter Baby. Throw it back. There was this guy named Shane at this amazing studio somewhere in New York.
Shane Butter Baby?
Yeah, Shea Butter Baby. And we were like, I was like, I wanted, so there's this song called Love Will Be Right Here, SWV.
Yeah.
And so the guy's like, SWV. And I wanted that. Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted that on FaceTime. So I wanted Lou on it, but it just didn't really happen. But this guy named Shane, he was there, and I was just like, okay, Shane, do you want to do it? He was like, yeah, and he went in the studio, and he was like, Shea, but his voice just sounded so good.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, okay, Shane, you got it.
That's dope.
That was the last change on FaceTime.
Bless
Shea Butter
change.
Baby. Change. Change.
What was the deadline looking
Shane,
like?
Shane.
What was
Shane.
what was the deadline looking like when you turned it in? Did you like wait until the last second, or were you just like, all right, everyone has plenty of time and no one has to worry about like mixing, mastering, sequencing?
Everything just flowed very nicely and gently. There was no deadline. There was, and then we just surpassed that shit. We were just like, nope, if it's not ready, we're not gonna put this shit out. So we took our time.
Who did you play it for that you really trusted? Like if you got demoitis and you're just like, I don't even know anymore. Like someone had to be like the voice of reason.
I just really trusted Eve, Justin, Paris, Brianna, my best friend. there's just people that are like, I know, like, they can't all be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was like a unanimous thing where they all appreciated all of the records. So I was like, okay, let go, let God.
Wow.
You know, and yeah.
What was Joey, the president of Interscope? What was his reaction?
His reaction? I don't know.
Has he heard it yet?
Oh, wait. He's definitely heard it. I believe he liked it.
How long has it been since your album came out?
Dang, was that May?
Yeah, so I want to say like, you know, going on 7-8 months, something like that, right?
Wow,
maybe less.
Almost a baby.
You've still been recording. You've been, you know, working on other stuff. Do you get that feeling like DaBaby had, where he was just like, I'm tired of performing Suge. I want to perform other songs and put new shit out, and he did.
I don't get tired of performing my songs. I get tired of performing the covers. I have the same covers that I've been, you know, putting on like these records. So like FaceTime, I'll do Kitty Cat Beyonce, and Tell Me Groove Theory goes with Whipped Cream.
Yeah.
And then
You did Tweet?
Tweet with Goat.
Yeah.
And I love these things, but it's just like I feel like I need to start switching it up. I'm starting to get like just weird about that.
What about?
Okay,
Yeah.
come
I'm just
on.
I'm gonna be real vulnerable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pitch something.
All
Yeah.
right.
Mattress discounters.
Oh hell no!
I thought you were gonna say Chocolate Rain.
Yeah, Chocolate Rain is also a good suggestion.
You know what? I will do that. I will do mattress discounters. Okay.
Honestly, Chocolate Rain would actually sort of kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
That really would. That
Chocolate
would.
Rain. Where though?
Could it be like a reprise that you do like throughout the?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like
See?
I like it.
Like it's on theme.
Okay. It is. It really is. All right.
Do you ever feel pressured by the internet to put things out? Like everybody,
Hell yeah.
they want that
Reason
song that
from
you
TDE is a trifling piece of crap.
talk about it. Talk
yeah,
about
let me
it.
tell you about Reason.
Here we go.
So yesterday or the day before, he had the nerve to say, I want another Ari Lennox album, and I'm grateful, but now he's stirring up trouble. Like, I just dropped my debut album. How am I going to get you know, right now?
Did that screw up like all your mentions?
Yes, it really did.
But also, everybody wants like the unreleased music from the Dreamville Sessions, right?
I know. It's coming.
Like the mistake was like getting
I
the documentary
kinda-
crew in your session and just like
I'm kinda
giving them a
mad.
little taste.
I'm kind of upset about that because now I do feel like, damn, we got to drop it, but I just want it to be right. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's coming though. We're going to do something really special for this record called Bust It. We're going to do something really special for it. But also it gives me anxiety to drop a song if I don't have a second album yet. Is that okay?
Reason said that you should drop it.
I should drop what album? I don't have an album.
I don't know. Figure it out.
All right.
Get in the lab with Shane and
Covers of Mattress Discounters and Chocolate Rain.
Yeah.
these are all good ideas.
Okay.
You were down here for the Dreamville Sessions at Tree Sound Studios. You got the golden ticket or whatever.
I got
Oh,
gold
thank
ticket.
God.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get that ticket,
That would be shady.
You
Really
came.
shady.
You came. Did you have any expectations whatsoever? Like who you wanted to work with, who you're going to hang with, what you were excited about, or did you just let it sort of, you know, breathe it in?
You know, it's crazy. I'm going to be real shady right now, but all I wanted to work with was, I'm thankful because I got to get to know BJ, the Chicago
no,
Kid,
don't do the political
Smino.
answer. I want the
Very
shady
But
one.
political.
no, it's not shady because I genuinely love them. Smino, Buddy, BJ, the Chicago Kid, and Guap Dad.
Yeah, that's our
I
man,
love
yeah.
them. We had so much fun. My issue was I didn't spend enough time with Cole, Jid, Earth Gang, Loot, and Boss.
So anybody from
Omen.
Dreamville.
Everyone from Dreamville. I feel like if we're to be Dreamville Camp, I just wanted us to be together more. Like,
But you're the
creating.
Dreamville part.
What you mean?
All these people were working with you.
No, they weren't. Not all the time.
No,
What
I'm
you
saying
mean?
Smino, Dad, Smino,
Yeah,
Buddy.
yeah.
So they got the connection to Dreamville
Yeah, I'm
from
thankful.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were the Dreamville part.
Well, what you mean though? I don't get it.
You're
They were
on
working with-
Dreamville.
but they were working with everyone. But no, I'm saying
She
I
wanted her
to-
Dreamville experience.
I wanted
Yeah.
my Dreamville experience.
Yeah, but, you know.
So
Because
were you
we're
a-
so busy all the time?
Are you a
that-
morning recording person? Are
Oh,
you a
hell
after?
no.
Oh, you're late
I need
nights.
the whole day to wake
Oh, the
up
whole-
this
okay.
voice. Yes, honey, because no. I'm around 7:30
PM? PM.
PM
Got it.
vocalist.
Got it. And you stayed until?
Till like 3 a.m.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we drinking, having fun.
Did you have a specific room that you hung out in?
Dang, I don't not remember. There was a hallway. We did stuff in the hallway. And dang, I don't remember. There was just a beautiful room upstairs. I don't know, I was just in all the rooms.
Yeah, that's
I was
cool.
in all the rooms.
How did you show up the first day? Like, what was your thinking?
The first day I was so nervous. The door was locked and I was like, why is the door locked? But then
Because you didn't get your invite.
yeah. And,
But is it like
but they
real
let me
world though,
in.
where you have to like run around and like claim your
Yeah,
your
the best
room?
bed.
Yeah,
Wow.
before everybody else.
Kinda every day it is like that.
Yeah.
Like you definitely got to be like, okay, I want studio, whatever today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Is there anybody that you did not get a chance to work with other than the Dreamville people? Like any producers?
Monty Booker, but I
Wow, that's Mino's guy.
yeah, I would have loved to work with him more. Yeah.
Hey gang, it's Jeff here from the podcast, letting you know that you can always go to ItsTheReal.com/shop and buy some t-shirts today.
Jeff, you did mention to me the other day that you wanted to keep the commercials shorter. So you got to the point. You said people should go to the website and get their shirts.
Get your shirts today. ItsTheReal.com/shop.
But what do you want to do the rest of the time?
I think we should do something fun with the Mattress Discounters theme song.
Lay on it. Lay on it. Sleep on it. Freak on it. Have a good night's sleep on us. Mattress Discounter.
ItsTheReal.com/shops where you can go. And now back to the podcast.
Do you guys have any like team building stuff within Dreamville, or was that like the one chance for you to hang out with
You
everybody?
mean like
We
trust
used
falls
to.
and like
yeah, like
We-
softball teams?
zip lines and you know?
Oh, hell no. I mean, one time we meditated once in a room.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you
Nicole,
meditate?
Elite, Omen. It was at the shelter in a room upstairs.
Yeah.
And I had an anxiety attack.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, this is intense. I don't want, it's dark.
Yeah.
And, but.
You go so deep within.
Yeah, I can't meditate. I
Mhm.
just always get anxious.
Yeah, same.
So, like, I don't know. I want to because they say it's a natural high and things like that. But,
Nope.
yeah. No, yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Was
So-
everybody else good at meditating?
It seems like they all meditate. They're all at peace with themselves. I'm just like, good for y'all. Like,
Are you any better with flights these days?
I am a lot better.
Oh,
I
good.
still.
Thanks for asking, Eric.
You're welcome.
No,
Yeah.
I'm so much better. I just really don't care. But maybe unfortunately, I don't want to claim it, but it's like, okay, I guess I like alcohol, but I still like Chardonnay.
Mhm.
But I used to be like a hard liquor girl on the flight, like stupid drunk. But now it's just, I'll just Chardonnay it up. And it's just a cute, nice, I kind of look at it as like a spa. Like, I like it. It's like relaxing, but unfortunately, it's like, I wonder if it's truly relaxing because I still have to drink. Or maybe it's just, I think I like the idea of both together. I don't know if I'm still scared.
If you, back in the day when you would like really push it on those airplanes
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, give me all the drinks, if you're taking like a 2-hour flight
Mm-hmm.
and you get off that plane, are you just like moving through the airport just like on a tilt?
A little. Yeah, it could, for a 30-minute flight, yes. Yes, it doesn't even matter like how long or how short. But oh my gosh, the long flights are the worst because I'm just dead after. It's just terrible to drink on those.
Oh,
the
going to
worst.
Africa?
No. Yes, I was super intoxicated. Yes. Going to Lagos. Oh my gosh, yes. Mm-hmm.
That would suck to like climb over people if you have to go to the bathroom or something like
Oh
that.
my
like,
gosh.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So I try to make sure I have like an aisle seat
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Have you ever gone into like the cockpit and like met the pilots?
You know,
Got in your
I
wings?
have this fear that I'm gonna ruin something, and I'm gonna be the reason why it goes down that time. So like, I know, I'm just y'all do y'all thing up there. You know, I don't like
People who
disarray.
clap. Oh,
people who clap.
Oh, when you land?
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Y'all been through that?
hell yeah! Been on a flight.
Oh, but they
It's
clap
the worst. People clap.
People clap when
because
you
it
land
was so
sometimes.
bad, right?
Or
No,
they're
'cause
just
it's
like
just
happy
like-
to touch ground,
Yeah.
What?
right?
Yeah.
Because they were on it for a long time, like 20 hours.
I think I'm about to do like a stand-up bit.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you ever
yeah.
been on a flight where people clap?
Actually,
When
we
they
went
land?
we went to a movie last night and people clapped like, you
I
know.
like clapping.
At certain, do you really?
movies, yeah.
It just hits you in the right way and
If
you
it
have
was
to emote.
really impactful,
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
He did that like, I don't know, Get Out. I really loved Get Out, and I felt like I gave it a clap.
Did you watch Us?
I loved Us. I don't understand why people be shading Us. I loved it. It was weird. I like weird.
We got
I
the
don't-
screener for it for the Oscars
Yeah.
coming up, and I'm about to watch it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what should I go in expecting?
Oh my goodness. Beautiful
clap, I guess.
colors. To clap.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a clap, but colors and like what the fuck? Mind fucking. It's just I don't know. It's different.
Actually, what was your
It just
favorite
really has
movie
you
from this
thinking.
past year?
Wow, great question. Probably
really not.
Okay.
It's nice of you to like kill time by just saying nice things.
There's 3. There's Replica I saw recently with Keanu Reeves. I thought that was cute. Invisible Vegan. I thought that was cute. I felt like she was a little
Visible.
no, I just felt like she was really going on meat eaters a little bit, but it was a really fire documentary though. And there was another movie. Hold on, what the hell other movie was it? Joker. I liked Joker. It made me sad a little because I felt like mental illness was kind of I don't know. I didn't like certain things, how certain things were portrayed, I guess. I don't want people to be mocking anyone's laughing disorder or anything like that. Like, so there's some thin lines there that were crossed, but I really fucked with it though.
Did you feel weird at all that you were rooting for the bad guy? Or were you just experiencing it and you're like, that's just his chapter?
It. I wasn't rooting for him.
Right.
But I was experiencing it and I was fucking with it. And honestly, this is dark. I'm not gonna say it.
No, I fuck with dark.
Oh, I kind of identify.
My favorite song is Chocolate Rain.
Well, I feel like there was some, I don't know, I had a little crazy moment where I was like, I understand Joker. I understand. Like, I feel you, honey. You know.
You're this close to breaking.
Yeah, well, but I won't, I promise. Not like him. You know.
You were like when he chased down those kids after breaking his sign.
No. But yeah.
You stood up and clapped.
Kids, man. They be trying me in real life.
What is like really giving you like life and purpose these days?
What's giving me life and purpose?
Just an easy question. You know, like something that's just like,
It is.
Yeah, we go from what's your favorite movie to like,
hey,
yeah.
what's the one thing that makes you smile? Makes you feel life.
Yeah.
I would say my nephew, my mama, sister, like just family.
What are you doing for
Of course,
Thanksgiving?
my dog Galactus, even though I don't know if I'm gonna have him for a long time because it's hard being the only dog-friendly person in my life.
No one else
Really?
fucks with dogs?
No one in my life cares about big dogs, and it's weird. I'm
Is
just
it
like,
the
why would I
hair?
surround myself
Oh yeah, I
with
don't
these
fuck with the
people?
hair.
I don't. The shedding.
I don't either,
Yeah.
and he is destroying my life. But he's so sweet, and he loves me, and he licks me. It's like, I love you, Galactus, but
Do you give him to a friend, or I guess you have no friends who fuck with dogs?
exactly. So it's a nightmare. But there's this sweet girl in Raleigh. She has a beautiful dog who's really elderly, or is an elder.
Mm-hmm.
He's elderly, and so I'm thinking about potentially like giving her him, but I don't know. I'm stubborn. I want my baby, but I know I'm not able to give him like a stable life.
What did you think when you got the dog in the first place, though?
I was just being selfish. I didn't care. I wanted my furry baby, and honestly, Justin Lamont, my manager, is
Yes.
a trifling person only because
He's right here.
he is, because for Christmas He went and got a puppy. And so I was like, what? You know I've always wanted a dog. I want a puppy.
Oh, that was your thing.
Yeah, it was my thing. He's not allowed to get a dog before me. But he did, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get a dog too. And I got my dream dog, and unfortunately my dream dog is every person's nightmare in my life. Like, he's an American Akita.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big hairy
Oh.
dog.
Yeah, and everyone's scared of him, and it's just like he's literally
scared?
a big baby. He's
Yeah.
sweet.
Akitas are super nice.
Well,
Also,
he is.
so enormous. So
Very big.
enormous.
He's not that big. He's not that big.
It's a lot of fur.
He's bigger than a Chihuahua, yes, but he's not like Great Dane big. He's not like Bull Mastiff. You know.
How'd you come up with the name Galactus?
Well, my friend is borderline atheist or something,
Mhm.
and so,
what is borderline atheist?
well, I don't know. I don't know what he is. He's just
He believes in God like half the week.
yeah, like I think exactly. But all I know is when I would talk about religion and prayer and stuff, he'd be like, you know, he prays to Galactus, like praise Galactus, and I guess this is a Marvel character.
Don't know.
Yeah, and
I saw Joker.
you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, that's DC.
Oh fuck!
Wow.
Hell
Wow.
no.
Wow.
Really showed your
I
cards.
canceled.
Wow.
Look at your ass.
As long as we've known you, you've got a great sense of humor.
Thanks, for real.
Yeah, for real. And you know that. You have a great sense of humor, and I'm sure a lot of people tell you that.
Thank you.
What's the like funniest thing that you've put in a song that you're just like, that makes me laugh?
Let me see. If I pop this pussy for you tonight, will you promise, baby, won't you make a promise that you'll make me your wife?
Mhm.
It's the most terrible lyric ever. It's really ridiculous and it's silly as hell, but
Everyone
it's,
sings it with their fucking heart. You know?
yeah, and it's so true. It's my life story.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Please don't leave
But the
me.
first time
Afterwards,
you sang that like in the studio, you cracked up.
Nope.
Oh.
I was dead serious. I was like, this is my life story. This is my soul. I didn't laugh. But it's funny though. Like, it's ridiculous.
Do you look at that as sort of like, you know, a moment in time? You just are you that same person who wrote those songs today?
Oh, I'm so that same person. I was that same person the other damn day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that.
The same like
Like,
Got
So
it.
that's that.
Yeah.
yeah, just can you
get the
make
fuck
me-
out.
Right.
Like same
right,
girl.
get
yeah.
the fuck out
Okay, yeah.
eventually. But
Mhm, yeah.
can you make me your wife?
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you good at moving on from relationships?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm definitely still stuck on my ex. I love him to death. But I know we're just not working. We love each other, but we be beefing. And that's not cute for both of us. So
Yeah.
Love each other like gets a Christmas card. Love each other.
love each other like I smack somebody for you. I
Okay.
protect you.
Mhm.
I think of you. I would I don't know.
Check his Instagram. Whatever.
Check his Instagram.
Yeah.
I worry about him.
Mhm.
You know, and I know it's the same for me. I hope. Shit. I don't know.
That you worry about yourself.
Well, no.
Or that he worries about you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't know if this affects anything, but I met him super briefly. He was very nice to me.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Do you?
I'm not saying like, you have to get back together because of that. I'm just saying
Do you tell?
I haven't talked to him since.
Do you tell when you record something that is about somebody? Do you tell them beforehand? You know, like people write like an autobiography and they're just like, "Hey, I alluded to you," and or I put your name in, and feel some type of way like they have to explain themselves.
I definitely tell people. No, I don't tell them because it's like no. Some people I have like, yeah, this pedigree was about you. You ain't shit. Like,
Yikes.
you know.
All right,
Yeah.
I like that energy.
But then there are songs I will always keep secret. Like that, I don't want a guy to know that, he.
Had that
like,
effect.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like I don't want you to know that I had a crush on you. Like, you're already like a ladies man.
Oh, talk about the kid who was like Courtney from my school.
Huh?
In your like.
Oh, yeah. The guy from Virginia. I think his name was Sean. Yeah, yeah. He just reached out to me one day and was like, "Hey, we went to school together," and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You had a crush on me," and I was like, "Relax. Like, why is that like relevant? Like right now? Like."
Has he heard the interlude?
Yes, he thought it was really funny. He was like, "You didn't have to go on me like that." And I was like, "Yes, I did. I did."
Oh, so you didn't even like play it off like who said it's about you?
He knew. He
Okay.
knew.
Yeah.
He knew it was him.
I love the detail of you saying like talking about politics and reading The Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like the idea of like putting like real personal details like that and like Adventure Time and stuff like that. Like it's so just like I never hear that anywhere else.
Oh, I mean, to me, that's like the sexiest thing of like just getting to know someone who can like guide me and just put me on to new, amazing, exciting, funny things. Adventure Time is one of the most funny cartoons I've ever seen. And so this guy put me on to that, and I was just so impressed. And then The Alchemist was a beautiful book, you know, one of the more exciting books I've ever read. And that's the type of guy like I like people who just like good, real, dope shit, you know?
What were the other options for Woo-Ha?
Pop my woo-ha in the sky?
Mm-hmm. Or
That
was it?
just natural.
It was just always
just
gonna be
only
Woo-Ha.
that.
It wasn't like Cho-Cha.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
Cho-Cha. No.
My
Cho-Cha.
my nasty in the
No.
air.
Yeah,
like
My nasty? No.
my hootenanny.
Yeah.
Hootenanny? I would never say that.
my best friend.
Until
Not
Yeah,
nothing.
Down.
That's
Yeah.
is really good.
My discount mattress.
Oh, my discount mattress in the air. No. Yeah, woo-ha. It was just, you know what it is?
That didn't make you laugh?
No, it didn't. It was just my soul.
Yeah.
But you know, it was inspired by Sims 3 woohoo. You know, like when Sims do it in the bed, it's called like woohoo. Like, and my woo-ha to me was my remix.
You
Yo,
are speaking
I cannot
another
wait for
language
you to
right
tell
now.
this to genius.com.
Really?
I hope that they update this.
All right.
The Sims.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, The Sims. The woohoo action inspired the term woo-ha.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I never said that before.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow, we're
y'all
finally
are
breaking
awesome.
news.
Yeah, breaking news.
So Reason wants you to record another album. You are recording a new album. Or you're recording something. Do you feel it like this sort of ticking of the clock? Like you're just like, I haven't put out new music recently.
Hell yeah,
Oh.
feel that ticking. I feel that. You know, people like to say it's not competition out here, but it really is. I feel like until you're like as big as Frank Ocean or Adele or Beyonce, you know, until you're or Drake, you know.
So you want to drop something with no notice, like that level of
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I mean, like, we did see you open up for Lizzo at Radio City.
Oh.
Like, what was Radio City like?
Radio City was different because everybody was sitting down. It just felt so far. I felt so far from the people. And I you know, opening is hard because it's like,
Right, they're not your fans.
yeah,
They're somebody else's.
so my
yeah.
energy is really affected,
Yeah.
you know? So it was hard to like give like 1,000%, but you know, I tried my best.
That is a tough thing.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this before because we have different philosophies on this. If, let's say you go to a gig, earlier, Ari, right? You go to a gig and there's not a sold out audience there. My first instinct is to go like doubly hard because let me go like win over these people, or let me just like prove to myself that like I'm good with an audience or no audience. Jeff might not.
I'm like, fuck it.
Half filled, you get half
filled,
of
you get half
performance.
energy.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
One more time, I'm sorry. I started thinking about something really scary.
Oh, the
Which
Joker?
was what?
Tell y'all. No, worse than the Joker.
Go ahead.
Similar, but I can't say.
Please.
I can't say it.
You're amongst friends.
Oh, this is really dark. I can't. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Is it about killing one of us?
No,
Then it's cool.
no, I promise. You,
Okay.
I never hurt you. No.
I just wanted to know if you've been in that place where you had to sort of like really either go extra hard for
To win over an audience.
yeah,
Oh.
or you withdrew. Like, who are you?
Wow. When was the last time I really like went hard to like win over an audience? Dang, man. I mean, on the Lizzo tour, I really was not going hard. I was just doing me. I was just like, I'm just gonna sing my songs and you should like it. You should just like what I'm doing. I was definitely not like, oh, I'm gonna sing. No.
So that must make like nights like tonight really special.
I think it was Cole. I really feel like Cole and Black were probably the last people I really was like, I want y'all. I want you guys. I want you. Their amazing audience to love me.
When's the last time you wrote a song that you felt so like proud of and it just didn't hit with the people that came in to listen to it?
Dang. You mean like the audience?
No, I mean like you're in a studio, you record something and you're like, yo, this shit's fire, and then someone comes in and they're just like, I don't hear it.
Maybe switch everything from the first bar on.
I would say Pedigree. I was so proud of it. I just thought it was like I felt like it was like an Outcast vibe or something. But Cole like did not like it, and I was heartbroken because it was like, Cole, you just don't understand. Like, this is a girl thing. It's like it's like
a woo-ha.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't, I feel like, understand sometimes.
You're like, have you ever played The Sims?
Yeah, like, because I don't know, I just felt like I was talking my shit on that record, and he was just like, what shit, you weren't, like, he just thought it could have just been way better overall. There was a couple songs he felt like that about. So I think Cole was probably the biggest like, damn,
And that's the last time you talked to him.
That was the last time I talked to him. Yes. Yeah, we not cool anymore.
For the new album, do you have a direction yet? Like, do you know what you're trying to do, or are you still like putting some pieces together?
Honestly, I want Aaliyah. I want Missy Elliott. I want Timbaland. Tweet. I want Outkast.
Oh.
Old and new. Or like just their whole discography, I would say. Definitely elements of Erykah Badu. Definitely just soul from scratch, like, the Delphonics or the Whispers, Smokey Robinson. I just, want to make gorgeous, classic, legendary records. Amy Winehouse, Lauryn Hill. Like, I want all of that. Nothing Even Matters, Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo. I want that. I want Know You Now, Amy Winehouse. Like, I have ideas, Come Over, Aaliyah. Like, just real R&B.
Yeah.
And then if there's a way we can kind of like elevate and popify maybe at least 2 records so that it can garner like mainstream success without it being cheesy and disgusting, I'm for it.
That all sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But even considering like the last like 7 or 8 months, or even let's go back like earlier, because you went back and you're like, all right, I understand what these songs are and they are what they are, right? Like they're not going to change until I go to pressing them up. But given that, what do you think of that album now? Because that album is talking to me like what you're just saying you want from the next album now. Like, sincerely.
Yeah, your album is the one I've revisited most this year.
So much
so much
replay value.
Care about me?
Oh,
yeah,
what?
well, just your music.
Just my music, not myself. Because you want me to come to Brazil.
Just
You're
enough
not
to
even
tune
there
into every
to
live. No, it's a beautiful album. We told everyone the moment it came out. Like, we told you too, actually. Yeah. So
thank you. It's just sometimes it's hard to like really believe, and then it's like, today we're here and you guys really did care.
It's a beautiful album, and it's still a beautiful album.
Thank you.
What do you think of the album?
I love it.
Oh, for a second I thought you were going to be like Counterpoint.
Counterpoint. What
I
you
hate
mean?
it.
No. But I did think, I always viewed it as like, oh, okay, this is all right, but I know I got some shit in the vault. Now I feel fucked because like I just thought, I don't know, I didn't know if people would like really fuck with this, but they really do.
Well, and what I really love in an environment like tonight at the Red Bull thing, was hearing it in there because it sounds so much bigger. Like the drums just hit harder. And okay, you got
CJ,
live.
Shout out to CJ.
Yo, and he killed it, right? Also, whoever was mixing, like it sounded
Chris Owens,
terrific.
he did his
It really
thing,
sounded
yeah.
dope. I thought the background vocals sounded beautiful. I thought you sounded beautiful. Like the whole evening was just great. But hearing them in that environment is so different, and obviously hearing like people sing along with it is so different than hearing it the same way over and over again as it's been recorded. So can you even dream of moments like this when it's gonna come to life?
When it's gonna come to life in what way? Like, or you saying like, did I ever imagine all of this? For
Yeah,
this
well,
album?
because
hell no.
Yeah, because do you remember when
it's a blessing.
when Kanye was recording, like maybe it was Graduation? Okay,
Yeah.
Graduation.
So stadium status, right? It was just like it lived on in a big way where you really could play it in stadiums and it rang off in a way that you can't even hear in your headphones. When you recorded these songs, these are very personal songs. They're intimate. There's something about playing them on your headphones or on speaker at home, but in a live setting, did you think about that? Many months, a year, plural before?
No, I never thought about anything that's
So does it surprise you when
It's definitely.
Yeah.
Still, today surprised me that people cared. People were so hyped. It's because there are still shows where people aren't hyped. So it's like, sometimes you wonder, like, is this shit that good? And then there are people like here in Atlanta.
But isn't it that thing where it's like, for me now, I don't think that there's any good or bad anymore. I don't think that there's like good art or bad art. I think that it's just like, has the art found its audience?
Wow, exactly.
And so it's like, you're still pushing these songs and they're still finding new audiences, and like you shouldn't be concentrating on, and this is like the same thing that goes for like us and everything that we do and what everybody does.
Yeah, the
It's just
art does live forever.
people-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, it's not like you just put this out and it's just static thing like branded good or bad. It's like it's still there
Growing.
and it grows.
Yeah. Damn, I feel you. I shouldn't look at
Just
it
like
the way I
bars,
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I just got bars. Just
Yeah.
like-
Just dropping gems. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Good bars.
I think you should put Jeff on the phone with Reason and like really explain to the guy,
Alright,
like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Ari
it
doesn't need to put her album
It
out.
doesn't
just yet.
matter when Ari puts her album
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
It'll be either good or bad.
Oh my God.
So you're in good spirits. You wherever you lay your head is home, right?
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
and
Kinda.
yeah.
I don't really feel at home right now with my friend because my friend is mad at me.
Galactus?
Not Galactus.
Probably.
The person I'm living with, Galactus shat on his floor and he just hates me. Galactus also ruined his patio couch.
Damn.
Galactus.
Was Galactus pulling like a power move?
I think so.
He's acting out now that you're not home?
He really does not like it when I'm away from him. He really has bad separation anxiety. And then, yeah, it's just a lot.
Have you taken Galactus to one of those
Dog
pet trainers?
parks?
Yeah.
Oh, trainers.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And he knows how to sit. And he knows how to lay. He knows paw. He knows stay.
He knows how to shit on the floor.
And exactly, but he will still shit on the floor. He'll still dart out into traffic if he's able. If
King,
he gets
we
loose.
stand. We stand Galactus.
He's a stubborn baby, but you know what? I know it's my fault. Like, I could do better to, like, for him to just have a better life. So I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Because I just want him to have a happy life. And I hope he knows, like, he's not, like, the typical dog. I give him a great life,
Do you tell him this?
Yes.
Sometimes
like,
it's just
"Do
good
you
to,
love
like,
me?" I just
have
look
good
at him in his
communication,
eyes. Yes. I look at him in his eyes. Do you love me? And he just be licking me. So it's like, I guess. Until he runs away and he is looking back at me like, ha ha. And my heart's racing because it's like there are cars here. It's a very scary thing constantly.
I bet. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I think I'm going to just stay in the house and think about life.
One of those classic solo Thanksgiving. Talk about dark. That's the dark.
Honestly, is that the dark thing you're thinking?
That's the darkest thing you've ever said. Hey, how are you celebrating Thanksgiving? Alone. Ruminating in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Well,
Yikes.
yeah, listen.
Yeah.
All right. I hope we can do this like regularly because we don't have
Yeah.
much more fun than what we have with you.
Thank you.
So it's always a joy to see you. It really was a joy to see you live at this Red Bull
Thank
event
you.
tonight. It was
I still
awesome.
can't believe y'all came to this.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
We had to hitchhike our way all the way down here.
I know. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but we're
really?
here.
How?
We're here
Yeah.
though.
With like
We're
a
here.
bus?
We made it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
sorry.
It's
we
all
made a
right.
sign.
For
Yeah.
real.
We'll
Oh,
find
wait,
our way
no,
back
literally
somehow.
a hitchhiking thing.
Yeah, you know.
You gotta be careful of sex trafficking and
I
all
did-
kinds of things. Seriously, please.
Can you do a PSA?
Yes, please watch out. Do not hitchhike, y'all. Seriously, people are out here snatching people up. You guys, be careful.
Yeah.
I think I just found the direction for your new album.
Up in the car.
All right. Congratulations on everything. Sincerely, like your whole path has been just wonderful to see, and it's just on the ascension. And we're really excited about what happens next.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
Mama's coming home, Galactus.
Yes, I am, baby.
Thanks everyone for listening to this new episode of A Waste Time with It's The Real. Jeff, if you want to find out more about us, I'm Eric with the curly hair and this voice. You're Jeff with the glasses. That's me. And that voice. And together, we're It's The Real. If people want to find out more about this podcast, it's called A Waste of Time with It's The Real. If people want to find out more about what's going on with us, where can they go?
You can always go to ItsTheReal.com. ItsTheReal.com/shop for all of your shopping needs this holiday season. Go to ItsTheReal.com, sign up for our newsletter, buy some shit, and subscribe on all streaming platforms, including one you're listening to right now. Also, go find us on Twitter at ItsTheReal, and Facebook at ItsTheReal, and Instagram at ItsTheReal.
That Facebook one's a weird one.
Well, I only say the Facebook one because last week Drika Gates shouted us out on Facebook.
Did she?
And we got a bunch of followers, and it's like, great, you're not going to get any new content over there, but
Well.
if you want to subscribe, why not? Click
All
the
right.
button.
All right, we're not on Facebook, but we
Yeah.
are on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah.
Jeff, now is the time where we like to shout people out and we give them a mission. I say, hey, you guys want to be shouted out on this very podcast. Now is the time to do it, and the way that we will shout you out is for you to reply to this tweet by adding somebody who you think would love to hear this podcast. Jeff, what did the people have to say?
All right, Rolando Torres Jr. said R. Torres would love it. R. Torres, I assume, well, that's Renee Torres. I think it's his brother.
Okay. Shout out to them.
Gerard Hussein said that J. Cole needs to listen to this. So did
Okay.
James. JPN Inc. 1 said that J. Cole and Eve needs to hear this.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah. Alistair Smith said that Gary McHugh89 would like to hear this.
Great.
And then Gary liked it. which
Okay.
means yes.
Yep.
Devin No One Cares said, I know girl behind the mic would fuck with this for sure because I damn sure do.
That's Brit.
And she also said, oh my god, yes. So we're all in agreement.
Great.
Demetrius Zori said Jesus would love it.
Like the
At Jesus.
Okay.
And that's Jesus Christ, the
Yeah.
carpenter, healer, and God.
All right.
Although, okay,
Mhm.
gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I think that God is his dad.
Yeah.
So he's not a
Something's
god.
a little fishy here. I don't
Unless-
think that Jesus actually operates.
Well, my question is,
That
why do
counts.
we have 27 people that we follow at Jesus?
Because maybe people need that inspiration, that guidance.
No, Jesus Christ is, at Jesus
Yeah.
is typing less golf, more do your actual job.
I mean, listen.
And then, what?
If
And then, unmatched wisdom, LOL.
maybe at Jesus really does need to hear
And then,
from Ari Lennox.
Kanye West is canceled.
That's what Jesus said?
That's what at Jesus said.
Wow.
And then, I'm a pescatarian. I only eat fish that have been eaten by other fish. So it's just bad comedy.
Right. Well, maybe that person.
He didn't even say it's a Jesus parody account.
Well, shout out to all you guys for listening. Shout out to Jesus Christ. And as always, Jeff, not for real.
Sure.
We'll see you guys next week.
Sun's out, guns out.